Alright, hello people, and we have a bit of a problem. So, picture this. Yesterday, I was shooting some B-roll footage of the Grand Staircase, or you could say pre-syncing footage. And, of course, we do have the windows right here. And to obscure that, there is some not-so-lakey stuff behind it. I put a green screen up behind them to hide that fact. And then I put in a digital boat deck to make it look good. This is the raw footage, and that looks pretty decent per se. But then, if we take a look at this, well, it's not exactly optimal. The frame rate is way too low because of some restrictions, and quite frankly, the green screen doesn't look entirely convincing. And of course, you can kind of see that all of this stuff is digital, and it also doesn't match the cardboardness of the model and everything. So, what I want to do now is build a bit of the boat deck right there, which I can take off and glue back on, and also a bit of the A-deck promenade, just so I can fix this, and then put a green screen up behind that, and put in a background I actually shot at the lake, so it looks a bit more natural. Let's do this. This is actually quite interesting. Look at this. This is the A-deck promenade screen I just cut out. And this is the A-deck promenade screen from the stern extension. And the size difference is quite apparent. I don't know, I just kind of found that funny. Okay, so the A-deck promenade screens are installed, and as you can see, they really do not need any detail because they are just this backdrop, and that looks good enough. So here we can see that the boat deck isn't really going to be too complicated. We have 2 davit frames, 3 davit arms, and 2 lifeboats. I will probably make this full lifeboat, or maybe I'll cut it in half, I don't know, but this will only have, or both of them will only have the hull on one side, on this side, and the other side is just gonna be blank because nobody's gonna see that. And if we take a look at this is scaled to the size of the model, and the lifeboat is gonna be this big, so let us get to work. So the lifeboat is finished, and it only has one side, and of course it is not my greatest work. It's not the most detailed, but it only has to work as a backdrop, kind of like this. So let's continue. Good, so we now have 2 lifeboats, or at least kinda half lifeboats. But what is actually insane is if I take off the roof right here, like that, and then compare the size of this lifeboat. These things were absolutely ginormous. Look at that! That is absolutely insane. So we now have all of the ingredients we need, so let us install them. Okay, so this looks reasonably good as just a backdrop, which does not have to have any detail. Just have to recognize the lifeboat, which you can from here, if you know what it is, but realistically you're not looking at the background while watching this sink. So yeah, let's go down to A deck. A deck is the same thing, it's just a backdrop which looks good enough, and which is able to be green screened and then look really, really nice. So now I can finally get my B-roll. And with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little, a little bit kind of different kind of a video, but I think it was still worth making because I currently do not have any other content to make. So yeah, I will now have to record some footage and then sync this, which will be fun and will of course get its own full video. So goodbye.